finally exploded. Used my Banshee to crudely finish
Whack
off
ass.
ground troops, entered the doorway, pressed a button, tried to play Sudoku by jumping off a cliff.
The guide
shut
and the
down
scream were exploiting. That explains.
Up next is Composer. This level is nice. Lots of Covenant to kill. I've got a hard light shield, and I've even got a sticky detonator. It's easy goings for about 12 minutes. That's when I met the Hunters, and they're a mean bunch. Also, you can't kill the scientists. Damn UNSC protocols. How I eventually killed the Hunters was by hiding behind the glass and shooting it with the glorified Nerf gun. That's a lowercase n, look at the subtitles. Hasbro, please don't sue me. Next, it's off to rendezvous with Tilson, whoever that is. But to do that...
No, I'm gonna get a mod that actually does restores.
It's very bad out there. This is another one of those times where I'm gonna...
Just make sure you recorded, kiddo.
Because it was such an ordeal. After a while, I figured out that my best option was to run towards the center, kill a grunt to snag his plasma pistol, use it to stun the Wraith...
I'm gonna just say get Gravian is also an exploit.
Spartan laser. Then I used me Noodle and figured out that I could just hit the Wraith with one of the shots before it lands, and
I'm gonna go upload to YouTube real quick
to take it out of the equation. That left me with very little ammo, so I went back to the Mantis that was on the platform and hightailed it to the left side behind a mountain and hid back there while I took out an assortment of enemies. All that changed when the Banshees attacked. That's right, more Banshees. There were Spartan lasers stashed near the center of the arena, which allowed me to destroy most of the Banshees.
No.
Eventually, I was left...
One I spawned a play sided too. I'm uploading to YouTube with it.
And only had one shot left. I had to not miss that shot, then immediately run behind
Lad,
to snag a new Spartan.
I mean, you're guarded by two exploiters. The fuck can I do to you? No.
From there, I could go back to the Mantis and pick off the last Wraith from a distance and the few enemies left on the field. After a hell of a fight, I made my way inside and activated the elevator. I had a single DMR shot left, which I was saving in case I needed to blow my brains out. Do you know what happened next? You know how you're not supposed to stand near windows during a heavy storm? Well, that also applies to when a 1,000-year-old alien commander is trying to kill you. I was too close to the glass, and I took damage. I assumed that I had gotten a checkpoint inside the building, but I did not. I was back at the Ghost. I really didn't see that coming. I did everything again, made my way back inside again.
Fucking exploiters. Did you at least get a video of the Scroob exploiters? We'll get your roost.
Everyone, and Composer is complete.
Just upload it to YouTube. I'm gonna find a mod that doesn't fucking suck.
Last mission of the game. The first part of Midnight is this little broadsword portion here. You might think that it's difficult, but it's really not. Time-consuming maybe, but not difficult. The enemies are all in predetermined places. They can't move, and the pieces of the wall that move also do so in predetermined ways. It's frustrating at times, but after a few attempts, you'll figure out where the things are, where you need to go, and you'll get through it easily enough. You can also slow down if you need to, which doesn't cause too much trouble. The next segment is a little harder. Neutralize the thing in the center, bonk your head, reset, and then you've got 4 more glowing balls to destroy. Some of the turrets guarding them don't spawn until you get close, so you can't take them out from a distance. Fire at one with your missiles, then immediately switch to the cannon to take out the other. And by the time you get to the next set of turrets, your missiles will have been reloaded. Rinse and repeat 4 times, and the requisite vehicle portion of the last mission of the game is over. Then you're inside the Didact ship, and have to take out a few knights, crawlers, and watchers. There's plenty of ammo, so by now this should be nothing. To find the Didact, we've got to pass through a series of portals, which are guarded by more enemies in areas where ammo is more scarce. Rest in peace. Not overly difficult. I found the second portal area to be a pain in the ass because the checkpoint is in a weapon room. So when you reload the checkpoint, you must rearm yourself, wait for Cortana to activate the portal, then proceed. As the attempt counter rises, so does the total time spent just sitting there. And then things take a very shitty turn. We find ourselves in a bit of a pickle. We must hold the position. On the surface, it seems easy, but there are crawlers coming from 2 directions, and they spawn infinitely. Now, you can pull some game code mumbo jumbo.
I'm gonna put something else while I wait for a restore.
Spawns. I don't care, because you're wrong.
I suggest you do the same, Zara.
I'm more than willing to die on this hill. The end goal is simple. Go through the portal. But at any given moment, there are at least 3, and sometimes more than 6.
Yeah, Zara, I suggest you do the same, buddy.
There are 2 turrets that activate and fight continuously.
Just wait till like, just wait to place something else so you get a...
Waiting for the crawlers to be destroyed, and they never were. Here's the thing about this. They do stop respawning if you kill them while you're in their area. I figured that out after a long time, and wasting every bullet I had. There he is, the Didact. There's no time to waste, I've got buttons to push. The first platform that kinda reminds me of an oil rig wasn't bad. Knights and Watchers mostly, distract them with the auto turret, land a few killing blows, and the button is within reach. More knights spawn once you activate the light bridge, but if you were smart and save your splinter grenades, they go down smooth. Insert Cortana, and it's off to the next oil rig. This one is different, as it's mostly crawlers and watchers. The crawlers are annoying because you're more likely to be attacked from 2 different directions by crawlers than you are knights. But there's no button here, so we resupply and move on to the third oil rig. This one is also crawlers and watchers. It proved more difficult, because by the time I crossed the light bridge, all I had left was a bolt shot. Cortana goes the way of Snoopy, and the end is in sight. Just one more oil rig. I had 2 incineration cannon shots left, alongside my bolt shot, but there were 3 knights to kill. The numbers don't lie, and they spell disaster for me as sacrifice. Auto Sentry is a good friend to keep by your side for this sort of occasion. Drop a celebratory teabag, fire a warning shot at the Didact, because good sportsmanship is important, ascend to the heavens, take damage for the final time, shove a grenade in the Didact's chest, glance at Earth, set off a nuclear warhead. Midnight is finished, the game is complete, and I did not beat Halo 4 without taking any damage. Despite all the times I was forced to take damage, this run was still not nearly as bad as the Halo 3 playthrough. It seemed every level in that game had something that made beating it a living hell. I put this one between Halo 2 and Halo 3 in terms of difficulty. Halo 2's wasn't all that bad, and it was also the first one I did, so it was still a fresh idea. The novelty has worn off for Halo games. The only reason I do these now is because the pain of peeling off my fingernails just isn't cutting it anymore. And that's going to do it for this video about whether or not you can beat Halo 4 without taking any damage. If you enjoyed the video or learned anything, leave a like. Leave a dislike if you didn't enjoy the video or didn't learn anything. Follow me on Twitter at Mitten Squad. My name is Paul of Mitten Squad. Fuck, my foot is falling asleep. Have a wonderful day. Regardless of how you feel about Bethesda RPGs, it's hard to dispute how much there is to do in Skyrim. So many different ways to play through the game. Archery,
Zara, let's go play something else while we
swords,
wait for a restart.
hammers, the list goes on and on. Of course, when you consider
This is why I'm saying,
playing as a legendary
if you die,
who battles
you only
an
get
all
restored one life.
evil, there's one weapon that doesn't really fit in with all the rest. Can you beat Skyrim with only a fork? The first part of any Skyrim playthrough is waking up and realizing that you're riding towards your death. This is where things took a strange turn. There was something off. I just couldn't put my finger on exactly what it was. You might consider this bad, but I think otherwise. How often do you get to do barrel rolls in a wooden cart being pulled by a horse? Things settled down, we arrived in Helgen, and it was time to create my character. I chose an orc as my race because they're my preferred race. Yeah, that's right, I'm an orc supremacist. Don't like it? Tough shit. Also, they've got Berserker Rage, which will come in handy later on. The dragon arrived,